New York Giant fans, 24 hours away, bad. Well, a little bit more, but
A little
almost
more, like 28, but give or take.
Yeah, a day. Tomorrow. By tomorrow
Day.
at
One
midnight tonight.
sleep, guys and girls. One sleep.
Yeah, exactly. You wake up tomorrow, it's going to be draft day. So
Correct.
we're here. You're starting to hear a little bit of rumors circulating about Jordan Addison. We'll see. Not a whole lot, but that's good. You kind of want your general manager to be tight-lipped. The big news, not un-Giant related, but just draft related. Sounds like CJ Stroud is dipping. That's kind of been what a lot of people have been saying due to his test scores. I don't know. We'll see how far he may fall at the quarterback position. That obviously doesn't have anything to do with the Giants, but just excited, man. Just excited to see, who we're going to end up with at 25 or possibly 20, possibly 36, depending on what we do with that pick. Do we trade down? Do we trade up? Do we stand pat? So we're going to get all our answers tomorrow and can't wait to find out.
Yeah, it's always a blast, man, and like we talked about the last couple of days, normally we're picking in the top 10. So it's pretty obvious who our targets are going to be. But when you're picking 25th, you really don't know. We definitely have needs in a lot of areas, mostly cornerback and wide receiver. I still think they're going to address one of those two positions in the first round. You're hoping one of the guys falls, but it will be interesting to see if one of those guys does get to 19 or 20, if Joe Shane and company really like that player, if they'll jump up and make a move to get him, or if the players are going by the board and they get to 25 and it's like, there's really nobody we want to take at 25, then they can strike a deal, and get more draft capital. And because again, we've talked about how the corners and the wide receivers is a pretty good class. Same thing at tight end. So a few of the positions that they're looking at, we could definitely go back and do that. So I'm always anxious. I always love calling the draft with you, man. It's been fun. Obviously, our first one was legendary. I mean, nobody will ever forget. And I actually didn't do anything for that this year. Normally, I go back and I revisit it one way or the other, but I didn't this year because he's got a contract and he's our quarterback. And I don't want to revisit. I put to this day, and I will say this until it happens. Daniel Jones ever wins a Super Bowl, you can expect Chris and my reaction on America's Game.
Well, I hope we get put on America's Game. Then I'll be the laughing stock of the NFL world if it means that Daniel, the Giants win a Super Bowl. So
absolutely.
But let's say hello to everybody. What's going on there? Earth Quack. What's going on there? H1000. Mark Hernandez in the chat. Ryan D in the chat. Thank you to all you guys for the support. Just talking draft, hanging out with you guys for a couple hours today before we get ready for tomorrow.
I just want to get to this before I lose it. New York Giants, they remember for a month, says, I really, really, really want Addison. If he's there, do you think he's the pick? He's my number 2 guy at this point. Seems like he wants to be here. From everything we heard, it does seem like the Giants really do like Jordan Addison. So if he's there, it seems like it's the target. But again, like Chris said, you want your GM to be tight-lipped. It could be smoke. The Giants could be talking about him in case they want somebody else and don't want somebody in front of him to take him. They want to trade up and grab somebody else. Like if Deonte Banks is falling there, they don't want one of the guys, one of the teams behind him to trade up and get him. The Giants are like, we want Jordan Addison. So those teams are like, oh, the Giants, they want Jordan Addison. We're not going to jump up there and get Deonte Banks or Emmanuel Forbes or any of those people. Yeah, man, but Joe Shane has been pretty honest when he's told us what he wants to do. And we're going to find out tomorrow night, baby.
We'll see when it gets here. Like if we were picking earlier, I'd be reading more into the rumors right now. But the fact we're picking 25, it really doesn't mean a whole lot. It's just a matter of who dropped to us and then you taking your guy. Did you get an opportunity, Baddog, to see the new draft room for the Giants?
I did not. You can tell I'm still in my work clothes.
Oh my God. I'll show you a picture real quick, but it's ridiculous. Like think back to what Gettleman used to have.
Yeah, what we have. Table and a computer.
Exactly. The Giants' new draft room, I'll find it for you real quick on Twitter. It looks like it's like a state-of-the-art, like I can't even describe it. But yeah, it's definitely like, here's a video of it right here, actually. Here, I'll pull it up for you in the chat. Everybody was talking about this last night on Twitter. The Giants actually released a video of it on what was it, on YouTube, but this is from Twitter. You look at the difference between then and now.
Technology.
So it's only appropriate that the room used to make key decisions keeps up with the high-tech advancements. It provides for a comfortable experience navigating the 3-day marathon.
The thoughts on changing the draft room and kind of revamping the way we did things in here was just, trying to evolve with technology and modernize the football operation that, the best we could. So it'd be nice to not have to have somebody up there taking magnets off. Everything will be digitized. Our development team's done an excellent job creating a digital draft board, along with some other tools that we'll use, not only just in meetings, but on draft night, from, trade calculators, trade scenarios, whatever it may be, whatever may come up with a touch of a button. We'll be able to bring some of that stuff up on the screens and quickly make decisions based off, some of the developments that we made from a technology standpoint. We built it, and, they developed the technology behind it that makes everything more efficient for us throughout the process.
He looks like Eli Manning. I swear to God. He looks like
He
Eli.
kind of does. He kind of does.
The room as a whole is really a collection of technology and software. Trying to use this as a kind of a decision center where we're putting up as much information we can about players or teams, and really build tools that help Joe and our leadership group in the football operation make the best decisions for the Giants.
Welcome to the 21st century.
The key features of this room is a lot of the control can be done from the head of the table where Joe's sitting. We can come in here. Joe can just kind of tap that button in here, and it's going to get the information on the front board that he wants to look at, and then a distribution of content, whether it be about a team or a player, all at the press of one button. So really a seamless process for him to be able to kind of manage a meeting from here. And then, on draft night, it's going to be as simple as hitting our draft mode, which essentially gets the board up, puts ESPN and NFL Network up, and then all
Puts Chris and the Baddog on. They didn't mention that. They put us on the screen too.
Really kind of took two tracks. One was kind of the physical infrastructure.
That's the third
facilities
TV.
discussions and getting this room.
Yeah, right.
But adjacent
Going to the
that,
bathroom.
Considering how are we going to use this room and what was going to go on the screen.
He kind of looks a little bit like Joe Judge.
All of us, about 6 to 8 of us.
Oh, don't bring that name up.
Software side and data side that have really put some thought and brainstorming into how we're going to use this room on a regular basis. And then from a facilities standpoint, it was a very large group from the Giants, from facilities and security and IT. We've been fortunate to see the process, from years past in terms of how a draft night should operate. And we've done our best job to kind of put the pieces together on the software side to execute draft night and help Joe have the best stuff in front of him.
So just pretty cool, to get like a behind the scenes view of what they what it looks like and the improvements they made. I thought that was a cool video.
Way different than it's been in previous years. And like I said, we have good young minded 21st century analytical minds that it shows in the technology. You could tell Gettleman was living in the past, and now the Giants are taking a step into the future. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, Giants, thank you for the super chat. He says, Addison is my number one realistic pick, and that is very realistic.
I think it's a lot of people's number one pick. In terms of like a realistic possibility for the Giants, I'd be happy with it. I mean, he super productive. Well, he was at Pitt. He had like 1,700 yards, and then he went to USC last year, and he had a really good year too. So, and I watched a bunch of USC games last year, and yeah, he's really good. I don't think he's elite, but I think he's really good, and he's a lot of people think of him strictly as a slot receiver, but when you look at his snap breakdowns last year at USC, he had like 300 and I want to say he had like 350 snaps on the outside and only like 70 snaps in the slot. So he's fully capable of doing both. He's not the tallest. He's 5'11". He's kind of slender in terms of his frame, but I think he's the, when Shane talked about the type of wide receiver that he'd be interested in, it kind of describes him. So I'm not surprised if, knowing that there's a good chance the New York Giants are at least interested. I mean, I think he'd fit what we're looking for.
Yeah, I completely agree. He's and again, he's just a really good, solid receiver. Not a guy that's going to light the world on fire, but still, you just want solid receivers. Because the Giants have never been a passing team, and they're still not going to be a pass-first team. They want to maul you. They want to wear the clock down. They want to run the football with Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, whatever. But obviously, like we mentioned yesterday, getting weapons on the outside is going to help your running game. It's going to help your quarterback. So, got to get that done. I saw Benjamin said Gettleman was using an Etch-a-Sketch. And Bob Wells said, don't mention Joey Bag of No Nuts. I forgot I called him that. Joey Bag of No Nuts. Patrick Tisdale, thank you for the super chat. He says, my dog. It's been a long day, guys. It's only going to get longer for me. I had a lot of streaming going on today. This is my dudes, Baddog and Chris the Maniac.
Stand up. What's going on, Patrick, man? I think I'm going to do something tonight late. I think I'm going to do like I think I'm going to title it Midnight Mock because everybody's going to be amped up late tonight. I think I'm going to go live at like 10:30 tonight after I watch the Knicks game and hang out with you guys for a couple hours. So I just know I can't wait for the draft. I can't get out of my head. And I can't wait to do the Eagles mock with you probably tomorrow before the draft. But,
yeah, that one's definitely we definitely got to do the Eagles mock. We always, like I said, if they would have listened to us last year, they would have been Super Bowl champions instead of being complete failures and not winning it. The only team in this division with a losing record in the Super Bowl that belongs to the Philadelphia Eagles. They're very proud of that over there. They love their losing culture in Philly. Philly 500 continues to say everybody's going to be an Eagle. I'm going to say Eagle content creators have become very clickbaity. Austin Eckler, I never even heard that. Now all of a sudden the Eagles are going to trade for Austin Eckler. They're going to draft Bijan Robinson, Derrick Henry, as you mentioned.
Let's be honest, Baddog. That's what gets views on YouTube. You don't just see it with the Eagles. You see it with every kind of team. Like these bullshit.
That's true.
It's I'll be honest. I used to do it too, and I'm like, this is stupid. I'm not doing it anymore. It's not going to happen. There's silly rumors. It's not worth talking about.
No.
But I agree with you. The Eagles do it a bit more.
The Eagles do it all the time.
Yeah, they do it.
I don't think they've ever gotten anybody that they said they were going to get.
Yeah.
Damn Eagle! I hate the Eagles. Have I mentioned that before?
Oh, dude, there's not a team, and it's not even close. Like I hate the Phillies, but it's not even close. Eagles are by far my most hated team.
By the way, if you weren't in the stream yesterday, just for those of you who are wondering, this thing is fake. Little Baddog exposed. Pull the curtain. Pull back the curtain.
This, however, is completely real.
Right. Well, he couldn't touch that one. So
yeah, it's completely real.
Dashy, thank you for the super chat. He says, Reds swept the Rangers. Now for the Bengals to get Mayer. Yeah, he likes Mayer. And he could definitely.
He's a good player. He's a really good player. So he just seems like such a Dallas Cowboy to me. I've said that now for a few weeks. I don't know if they're going to take him, but they kind of need a tight end. They lost Schultz, and he just reminds me so much of Jason Witten. So I'm like, it just seems like a natural fit. Like I could definitely see the Cowboys.
I don't want to deal with another Jason Witten for 50
years. That would be my, like when I watch him play, like that's kind of like my player comp. Like he kind of gives off like Jason Witten vibe. So
yeah,
I see it. I could definitely see the Cowboys being interested in him.
I hope not. Playboy Phil, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. He says, in a fantasy scenario, Joey Porter Jr. and Addison are still on the board at 19 and 20. Who do you think they would jump up to get? Wide receivers have 1 year deal, and Adoree will be gone.
I mean, obviously, it's who's ever higher on their board, but I prefer Porter. I would prefer Porter of the two. I like both a lot. I'd be very happy if we got either one in this draft in the first round. I would prefer Porter. If that, I can't really answer for them because I have no idea. I know that they brought in Addison for a top 30 visit. I'm not sure if they did with Porter. But I'd prefer Porter. I think he's a perfect fit for what we're looking to do defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would rather jump up and get the cornerback because, again, they do have a lot of 1 year deals, but Adoree is going next year. And we talked about it yesterday. The wide receiving core, again, there's a lot of prove-it deals there, but I just think it's easier to find a solid wide receiver as opposed to a really solid corner. And I think cornerbacks have become one of the most important positions in the NFL with the game is played today. So if you can go up there and get a guy like Joey Porter Jr., I think you have to do that, and you could address wide receiver in the second round. I think that's what the Giants would do in that scenario. But again, like Chris said, it really depends on who's highest on their board. And if they believe that, I just feel like Joey Porter Jr. wouldn't fall all the way back to 25 where Addison has a little bit of a better chance.
I think Addison will get to 19 or 20. I don't know if we'll get to 25.
Yeah, I'm saying like Joey Porter, like I'm saying if they're both there, Joey Porter Jr. would probably go within the next couple of picks as opposed to Addison, who could easily fall back to us at 25. But that's the beauty of it, Phil. We're going to find out tomorrow, my man. Big Daddy, thank you for the super chat. He says, I think we move up and take a cornerback. There it is. We need a cornerback.
We do. We need a lot, but yeah, cornerback. I think cornerback's the pick if the right guy's there. I've said that. I'm sticking with it. Nothing would surprise me. I even said it today on Twitter. You know, I was thinking about it as I was going to bed last night because obviously yesterday we talked about how there's been more and more mocks where they take a tight end, and I wouldn't be happy with it. Like, that definitely wouldn't be ecstatic about it. But I was even like, you know what? If they decide to do that, I'll be okay with it. Because the reason I say that is because I trust Dable and I trust Kafka. And if those guys feel by adding a Kincaid or by adding a Meyer is what is best in terms of their offense, I at least got to give them the benefit of the doubt to see what their objective is, how they plan to utilize the 2 tight end set. We've seen teams do that a lot. Obviously, the Patriots were really good with that. The Eagles, remember, they drafted Goddard when they already had Zach Ertz in the first round. So if they went that route, I wouldn't be ecstatic. It's probably like 9th on my list in terms of what I want them to do. Right. But I'm going to give this staff the benefit of the doubt. And if that's their BPA, that's their BPA. I got to trust them.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not the direction I think they would go. I've been saying that since day one. Cornerback, wide receiver, definitely. I think at this point in the center, I think those are their biggest needs. But again, if they really love a guy like Mayer or they love somebody else, Nolan Smith, whoever it may be,
I don't think they're doing it, by the way, but. I don't think they're going to take a tight end, but I don't either. But I'm just speaking in the world of hypotheticals. Like, I'd be like, okay, let me see what their plan of the offense is this year and how they plan to utilize these weapons.
Right. My chat's being weird over here. I don't understand what's going on. It's kind of free. My YouTube chat's like freezing, which is strange. I don't know why it's doing that. I'll pop that out again. See if I can. It's weird. There it goes. That was strange, just in case there's like members things, but it was just weird, kind of stuck, which I don't know why I did that. Anyway, Bob, thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate it. Says, I'll be there, Tainah. I'm off the next 2 days.
Oh, awesome, Bob. I'll see you over there. Yeah, I just figured do something fun. I know everybody's going to be up thinking about the draft, so do something. But I'm watching the Knicks game, so I'll watch the Knicks game first, and then I'll do that.
Yeah, I'll be passing right out.
You got the Lakers tonight or no?
Yeah, the Lakers, and I've already committed to if they win, we're going to do the Warriors too. If they don't,
they're tonight, the Lakers?
Yeah, Lakers play right after this. I'll be live at 7:00. So
they play at the same time as the Knicks.
Yeah, I'm going to be freaking running upstairs, getting something to eat, and then the Lakers play at 7:30. But I always go a half.
That's rare. Where you got 2 games going on at the same. Well, I guess it's a week.
They've been doing that. It's just the game's in Memphis, so it's all the way across.
Okay.
And that's why. That's why.
Okay.
My old Sith Bones, thank you for the super chat. Says, don't forget pineapple pizza is banned in England. That's right. We'll not forget about it. Pineapple pizza is banned, and it should be. England has it right. England has it right when it comes to that. They should pass that law here in the United States because it should be a crime. It really should be.
I see James ask a question. Would you guys be surprised if the Giants trade a player to move up? If so, who? No, I wouldn't be surprised. The only player I could really see us trading would be Barkley. I don't think it's going to happen. But if you're asking me, like, am I going into the draft saying there's no way? No. You're always open to possibilities come draft night. So, but I think it would be Barkley. I think he's the guy that has the most value in terms of a player that we would look to trade. We're not going to trade Andrew Thomas. We're not trading Dexter Lawrence. You're not trading Daniel Jones. So that if we were going to trade a player to move up in the draft or accrue draft capital, it would be him on draft night. I can't really see it being anybody else. Leonard Williams, people talk about that. That's the other thing that came out today. You saw a lot of people talk about after we signed A'Shawn Robinson. Oh, no. Does that mean that's the end of Leonard Williams? Are we cutting Leonard Williams? It's only going $2.4 million against the cap, the A'Shawn Robinson signing. And they added, I think it was like 3 void years that are going to be like $1.5 million a piece. So that's the way that they went about doing that, which I thought was creative because at the end of the day, $1.5 million on the cap next year is nothing. It's
zero.
You're talking about like a $250 million cap, whatever. Well, no, yeah, probably like it's going to be, what was it this year? About 220. So yeah, it'll be high. And then, so I thought that was a really smart move by Shane. So it's going to kind of make it so they don't have to backload some of the bigger contracts they're about to sign, whether it be Barkley if they extend him or Dexter Lawrence. They won't have to backload it quite as much. That only went 2.4 against the cap.
Yeah, that'd be a drop in the ocean for them.
Yeah.
Ayub, the biggest Giants hater I know, says we're the 3rd best team in New York. Jets are looking nice. As long as we're good.
I mean, Ayub. I mean, sure, the Jets have a good team. I'm not going to hate them for it. That's the other thing. I see people on Twitter today, Bad Dog. I brought up if we, were to bring in Addison. I'm like, wow, that would be a dramatic improvement in our receiving core if we drafted a first-round wide receiver, whether it be Addison, Flowers, whoever.
Yeah.
If you include Waller, because he should count. He's our best weapon right now.
Yep.
And, all the other acquisitions I made, and everybody's like, oh, still not scared. It's like these fans, Bad Dog, expect the Giants to go from one of the worst wide receiving cores in all of football to like the best in 1 year. It doesn't work that way. It's incremental progress, especially when you had a really poor free agency class at that position, and this draft isn't loaded with high-end wide receivers. So they're doing what they can. They're improving it, but it's going to be a multi-year process at that position.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, the Jets are better than us. They're better than us. That's fine. We can still be really good. The Bills are one of the best teams there is. So we're not going to be better than the Bills. If the Jets are better than us, they're better than us. But it's not like the Giants. It's not like the Giants would be third best team in New York because they're terrible and the other two teams are good. If the Jets improve and are better than us, the Giants should win at least 9 games again this year, if not more. So the Jets go 12-5 and the Giants go 10-7 or 11-6. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh man, the Jets. That's fine. Jets have a good team.
It's actually very similar what the Jets are doing. It's completely different sports, but it's very similar to the Nets and the Knicks. Remember when the Nets went out there and they thought for the 1 or 2 year window with Durant and Harden and obviously Kyrie Irving, and they're kind of doing that with Rodgers now, and the Knicks kind of built the right way. I feel like it's eerily similar to that. Right. Didn't work out too well for the Nets in the long term. We'll see how it works with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is kind of a flake off the field, similar to a guy like Kyrie Irving too. So interesting comparison at least. And hopefully the Giants trend like the Knicks did, and the Jets may trend like the Nets did. We'll see.
Well, as they say, the Jets will jet and the Nets will net. And everybody. I'm hoping the Knicks will not nick because they do that too. But they should close out Cleveland. The Knicks are a better team than Cleveland.
Yeah, I think they're going to.
I don't think that's even up for consideration. NY Giants, thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate it. Says reports still saying the Giants looking into packaging day 3 picks to move up or trade for a vet player. I can't wait till tomorrow. Best 3 days of the year. And by the way, don't forget, tomorrow will be live at noon because I'm off for the next 2 days. We're going to do it at 4:30. So noon to 2.
Awesome.
It gives us a little time to eat and do whatever you got to do.
Between,
a little break so you guys, like I said, get your dinner, hit your workout, do your errands or whatever. And when's the draft start? 8 o'clock. So we'll probably be live.
It's usually like 8 o'clock.
So 7:30. We should be live. I'm just gonna check that real quick. I want to say it's 8 o'clock. So 7:30 will probably be good to go.
I'm trying to think what player the only guy I could see us trading for in terms of at the wide receiver position would be DeAndre Hopkins. But I don't know if we'd want to assume his salary and give him a contract extension.
Right, yep, it's 8 o'clock.
We'll see on draft night. If we do, in fact, trade for a player, we'll see. It'll be fun. There's always a lot of possibilities come draft night.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. No question about it.
No, Bleed Giants Blue, I'm not going to stream the Knicks. No, those Knicks streams, I don't, because everybody does them. So I don't get a lot of people anyway. So I'm like, I'd rather just relax and watch the game. Maybe I'll do the Knicks Heat series because if that happens. But I've just been enjoying the last 2 games, just watching on my couch and, just watching on my couch and enjoying the game.
Yeah. Big Moose says any time no one will pick roughly. No clue. You don't know how long it takes teams to get to the podium. Some teams use their entire time allotment. Some teams run to the podium. So it really depends. If you're picking 25th, you're figuring if the draft is 4.5 hours, or not 4.5 hours, I'm sorry, like 3.5 hours. You're figuring probably around 10:30.
They get 10 minutes a pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it usually, if it starts at 8, it probably doesn't start till like 8:15.
Yeah.
Let's say it's an average of 9 minutes because some are going to go in a little quicker than others.
Probably around 10 o'clock.
Yeah, you're talking 9 times 24. That's whatever that is. It's all
216.
Yeah, so it's gonna be long. It's gonna be. You're talking like 11 probably. You're talking like 11 o'clock.
It'll be near the end. Oh yeah, near the end.
Probably even closer to 12. It might even be closer.
But you never know. If the Giants decide they want to move up, then it'll be earlier.
Yeah,
you really don't know. That'd be a difficult question to to answer. Bear, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate you, my friend. He says, what do you guys think of this wide receiver class? If any of them were in last year's draft, do you think they'd make the? Do you think
Let me look
they'd
at last
make it in the
year's
first
draft.
round?
Let me look at last year's draft. Let's see. Just so I can remember all the players. Last year you had, in terms of wide receivers, Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Chris Olave, Jamison Williams, Jahan Dotson, Braylon Burks. A lot of wide receivers.
I think they would. I think a lot of these guys would have made the first round last year.
Yeah, you had 5 first-round wide receivers. Yeah, I think 2 of these guys would have been first. I mean, I don't know if they would have went as early as they're going to go in this draft, but I think yes. I think at least two of these guys would have been first-round picks last year for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Olave ended up being really good.
Yeah. I mean, some of those guys were real. I mean, London's still yet to be determined, but Garrett Wilson looks really good for the Jets. Olave looks really good. Jamison Williams got hurt. Jahan Dotson actually looks really good for Washington too. He only had 500 yards, but when Washington played us, he looked great. He actually had 7 touchdowns last year for Washington. In 12 games. So I think he's gonna be a good wide receiver. I would guess Baddog at least 2 of these guys would have won in the first round last year.
I would think so. I would think so. H1000 was saying to take Bijan Robinson. The Giants aren't going to take Bijan Robinson, man.
No chance.
No.
No chance we take Bijan. I'd be shocked if we take Bijan Robinson.
Yeah. I can't see that happening.
He's an interesting, we talk about if he were to fall, he's potentially a guy, though, I could see a team trading up for.
Right.
I could see a team that's picking maybe, I'm not going to know the team off the top of my head, but maybe there's a team picking 33, 34. Let's make sure we get Bijan Robinson. Like he's like a top 10 player on their board. I don't think he's going to get to us, but if he did, that could potentially be a player that a team may be attracted to move up and take our pick. It's possible, but we're not drafting him though.
No way.
No chance.
My old Sith Bones, thank you for the super chat. Over in the UK, where if you just tune in, pineapple on pizza is illegal. It's been banned. He says 1 o'clock in the morning is a draft in the UK. That's right. You guys are 5 hours ahead of us.
Wow. Yeah, they're dedicated, man. Like he's gonna go. He's literally. If I was my old sit bone, I don't know.
Stephen Lilly's in the UK.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know their I don't know his work schedule, but if I were him, I would probably sleep. I would go to bed at like 4 p.m., sleep until about 11, and then wake up and enjoy the draft. And because I don't think I'd be able to go back to bed at about 5 or 6 a.m. I'd have to,
right?
Which is probably when it's going to end. So if I was sit bone, I'd be taking a nap before the draft.
Yeah, or you could take a nap like at the beginning of the draft and wake up.
You could do that technically, yeah, because you don't really care if you're a Giants fan until about pick 16 or 17. That's when things start to heat up for you.
Another UK Giant fan. I love that the Giants are like overseas, like big time. We got them in Australia. We got a lot of fans in Australia. We got a lot of fans in the UK. I think that's really cool. Where did this go? There was something I wanted to look at here. Where was it?
The Gunner says, imagine if the Eagles take a wideout. I wouldn't be pissed if the Eagles took a wideout. I mean, they don't need a wideout. So to me, that would kind of be a waste of resources. I feel like they don't need one. They have enough weapons as is. If I was an Eagle fan, I think I'd want them to take a lineman. Either a D lineman or an offensive lineman, maybe Bijan Robinson. Because I could see him being really dynamic on that team with that offensive line and the dual threat capabilities of Jalen Hurts. But I wouldn't be that upset if the Eagles took a receiver.
Let's see what that was. Jacob says, what do you guys think about DTR in the 6th or 7th round? Good tools, only 2 quarterbacks in the roster. That's possible. I mean, I know LA Lou loves DTR. I think he was a 5th-year quarterback.
Yeah. I saw him a bunch,
UCLA.
actually, at UCLA. I saw him a bunch.
I mean, if he's there in the 6th or 7th, definitely, because I've been saying the hot take, the Giants are going to take Stetson Bennett in the 7th round. That was my hot pick. But Stetson Bennett will never be an NFL quarterback. I don't know about DTR. I don't know about Darren, if he's going to be able to make it or not. But if he was there, I don't think he'd fall to the 6th or 7th round, but who knows?
I mean, if you want to take him in the 6th or 7th round, fine. I watched him, and again, I'm not like a scout, but I don't know. He didn't really impress me when I watched UCLA games. They put up points, and they moved the ball. It's the Pac-12, but I don't know. He to me, he didn't look like he had the best of arms in terms of accuracy. He's mobile. He's mobile.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of DTR.
No. That's what it was. So somebody said I'm going to pull. Yeah, I'm in my work clothes. I get out of work at 4:00 and I got to run home. I get my kids set up and I try to eat. I didn't even get a chance to eat something because I had to set the Laker stream up. And so yeah, yesterday I didn't feel good, so I stayed at home. Today, back in my work clothes. That's what it was. This guy says we them boys. We them boys been losing that last 30 years. That's who them boys are. We them boys.
We got a giveaway for you. We got a giveaway for you at the end of the stream, Dub Conscious. I just got to find my my VHS tape.
We them boys ain't won shit in 30 years. That's who we are. We them boys. We them boys, baby. Anthony Razza, thank you for the super chat. Paisano, grazie. Says, I believe we're going John Michael Schmitz, center, Minnesota in the first round, simply because no wide receiver, cornerback is worth taking at pick 25. See, I'm going to disagree, Anthony. I definitely think a cornerback is what, I mean, we've seen cornerbacks go in the top 5 in the draft. So they're a very integral part of what NFL defenses do. You need a lockdown corner, especially with a defense coordinator like Wink Martindale, who blitz 42% of the time. You're going to need those guys to lock them up because they're sending extra guys. Those corners are on an island. They have to get jams at the line of scrimmage because if they allow wide receivers to get open off the line of scrimmage, we're toast. If the blitz don't get there, the blitz gets there, you can be saved. But I definitely think wide receiver and cornerback in this draft class are worth picks at 25. And John Michael Schmitz, I certainly wouldn't throw a fit if we took him at 25. I think we could possibly get him in the second round. But if the Giants liked him that much where they wanted to spend a first round pick on him, I'm not going to bat an eye and be upset about it, you know?
Yeah, I basically what you just said. I don't believe they're taken, but if they did, I wouldn't be upset. That's basically my stance on the John Michael Schmitz thing, or any, if they want to go center in the first round. But I don't think they're going to draft based strictly off need. I think they're going to pair need with the best player on their board at a position of, that, they prioritize more, whether that be a corner, wide receiver, edge. I think they're probably going to feel like they could get pretty good value at the center spot day 2 if they want to go that route. So I wouldn't say I'd be shocked, but I'd be somewhat surprised if we took a center in the first round.
Side Guy Brian, thank you for being a member for over a year, my friend. Says, should we sign Chase Young and let Andrew P. turn him around?
Well, he's not a free agent until next year. Chase Young, the Washington today didn't pick up his 5th-year option, so that was the talk. Which I'm not surprised because he's had injuries and he really hasn't been productive due in large part to that. But yeah, listen, I'd be hoping to sign in Chase Young, depending on what the price would be. But I still think he's a super talented player. Whether or not he ever recovers from those injuries and he's the player that a lot of people projected that he would be, that remains to be seen. But I just thank God every day that we won the Andrew Thomas Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely. Anthony says the top ones won't be there, but like who are the top receivers? How much of a fall off is that? Yeah. Who's the top receiver in this year's draft class? Jackson Smith and Jigba? I mean, who's the number 1 receiver?
I think there's the group of 4. That's what most people think. There's a group of 4 that are kind of clumped together. If you talk to one expert, they'll tell you Addison's the best. Another one will tell you JSN. Another one will tell you Quentin Johnston, Zay Flowers. So yeah. I would guess most people, it at least seems like at this point, it's JSN. But yeah, I think there's a group of 4. After that, I'd be surprised if all those guys are off the board. Maybe you take Hyatt. I wouldn't love that pick, but that's what I think you're looking at. I think there's 4 potential candidates that the Giants could take if they want to go wide receiver at 25.
Roldy! I got Roldy's in the house. That's how you know the draft is coming around. Roldy, my man, he says, they read a member for 2.5 years, brother. Says, what up, Bad Dog? Christopher.
What's going on?
What's up, Roldy?
What's going on?
Roldy's excited for the draft. Roldy's ready to go, baby.
And leave the race.
You muted.
We talked about that at the top of the stream. I think it's when I hit this wire. It's very
that happened to mine too after a while.
Yeah, it's very I think I gotta get a new wire. I think it's like
that's what happens to me too. They get a little worn out and you touch them, they start to fall off.
Yeah, I think it mutes the mic.
Yeah, I have a bunch of ones down here. Look at I got extra ones. I got extra 2 just in case that happens.
Yeah, I got to get one because it's been happening to me lately, and it's whenever I just nudge the wire a little bit.
That's what happens, man. They just get worn out.
Yeah, but as far as the Kincaid comment goes, it's not what I want, but I at least I'd be understanding of it if they went that route. For me, I'm going to give Dable and Kafka the I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and at least see how they want to mold this offense, right? People probably thought Belichick was crazy too when he took Aaron Hernandez after he already had Rob Gronkowski.
Right.
So, you got to give these guys the benefit of the doubt. If they feel that guy's the best player on their board and they envision an offense in which they could really create mismatches with two really, like Kincaid is a really good weapon at the tight end spot in terms of being a pass catcher. You think about the mismatches that could create with linebackers or slot corners. I'd at least, before I judged it, I would at least see, the type of offense they ran this year and how they envision the offense going forward. So I don't think they're doing that. I'd be pretty surprised if they did, but I don't think it's flip out worthy, at least from my standpoint. I wouldn't flip out if they did that.
Yeah, me neither.
I think the only way I'd flip out in this draft, the only way I would flip out with the Giants pick at 25, Bijan Robinson would be like a borderline flip out for me. It wouldn't be like a Daniel Jones flip out, but I would not be happy. And a quarterback. I think those are the only ways I would flip out tomorrow night. I don't see.
We're not taking a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Definitely not. Murdoch, thank you for the super chat. This makes me feel old. He says, Chris, my father used to dream of 300-pound men named Benson, Art Oates, Godfrey Nelson. I remember them. That was the 1986 Giants. He says, and he always added Bavaro. I'd go for that 07-08 line.
Murdoch.
That was the best line I ever saw. And I grew up with Benson, Art Oates, Godfrey, and Nelson. And then the one in 1990 was really good with Jumbo Elliott and Riesenberg. They were really good too. So, yeah.
O'Hara, Snee, Deal, McKenzie. Like, I need that in my life. Get me that. Yeah. Get me that in my life. Like, if the Giants could ever build an offensive line like that, we'll start winning a lot more football games. So I dream about 300-pound every night before I go to bed, Murdoch. I say it all the time, and it's due in large part to that offensive line from the year you just talked about, because whether some fans want to admit it or not, that was the biggest reason why we were winning football games. I mean, that and the D-line was great too, but that offensive line was incredible.
Yeah, no question about that. X says, did you do a mock yet? No, we have not done a mock yet. You want to do a couple mocks here?
Let's do a mock. I'll do a mock. What do you want to do? A first-round mock? Giants only mock? What do you want to do?
Let's do a couple of them. We can do one of each.
Okay. Yeah, let's do a mock.
If you want to bring it up, I don't even know where.
Yeah, I'll bring it up. I got it. Let me ask the chat. What mock? What site do you want me to use? I know everybody's got their own preferences. I've been using the one I've been using is hold on.
I forgot what we used last year.
I've been using the NFL mock draft database. That's the one I've been using, but obviously some people like Pro Football Network.
Yeah, I see that. Pro Football PFF. I see a lot of PFFs.
You guys want PFN, PFN? It's kind of a mix between PFF and PFN.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of PFFs, though.
All right, let's do PFF then. We'll do PFF.
A lot of PFFs.
All right. Let's do it. Mock draft simulator. What do you want to do, Bad Dog? First, you want to do just first round only? You want to do Giants? What do you want to do?
Yeah, let's do first round only to start.
Okay, first round only. We'll do. How do I pick every team? Let me. How do I? There should be an option. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, let me share this with you.
All righty. Max, thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate you, my friend. Says if the corners are off the board and my guy Cansey is there, make Chris and my dream come true with 300-pound men.
I'd love Cansey, man. I'd friggin' love it. All right, so let's do this. We're gonna do just for the first round. Yeah, let's do it. All right. So before we start, any trades like that you see going down in this draft?
Oh God, I have no idea. I don't know what the teams want to do, so it's difficult to do that.
Yeah. I'm all right. First pick. It sounds to me like Bad Dog. Everywhere you look, it's gonna be Young. Like that's what
I would think so.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. It's gonna be Bryce Young, which I think we've been hearing that for about 2 weeks. So I think that's what Carolina's gonna do.
I would think so too.
So I think that's a pretty obvious one.
Yeah.
Now, this next pick is where it gets interesting for me because, I mean, I've had it for like months that they're definitely going quarterback. I mean, it only makes sense. Houston has 2 picks, 1 at 2, 1 at 12. They're probably going to be picking top 5 again next year, but you don't know that. There's good quarterbacks in this draft, but all reports are coming out that they're not going to take a quarterback. So this is where I see a trade down possibility.
I was going to say very possible they trade down.
Yeah, but the thing is, the team that I think would be most likely to take that spot is the Colts, and they're in the same division. So if you're Houston, do you really want to be giving them a potential franchise quarterback? Probably not.
The other thing is, the Cardinals aren't going to draft a quarterback, so there'd be no reason for Indianapolis to trade up if they.
Yeah, unless they were worried another team may take the spot at 2 or 3 to get the quarterback. I'm trying to. I
could see Will Anderson going there.
Yeah, let's do it without a trade. All right, we'll do it. Yeah, if they stay there, I think they're taking Will Anderson.
Yeah.
So I think on draft night you're going to see a trade, whether it be Houston or Arizona. I think one of them are going to trade out of their pick. But
I agree.
I agree with you though. If Houston stands pat, we'll go Will Anderson.
Willie.
I don't know what. Oh, here we go. All right, next pick. You got Arizona.
Hold on a second. Let me see if I can.
See if I can expand this a little bit.
That's what I was looking to do. We're in the way now.
Next pick, you got Will Anderson. I mean, I would say Jalen Carter, but obviously you worry about if you're them. There's been, the whole thing with Jalen Carter off the field. Does that hurt his draft stock? That was like a month ago. But I mean, if it wasn't for that, I think it's a slam dunk. It's Jalen Carter, but it's possible that could potentially lower his draft stock. But I would stick with Jalen Carter here if I had to make a pick here for Arizona.
I mean, if we're just going by like, best player available or whatever, and something they need, Lord knows, they've needed some defense for a while. They took JJ Watt and that failed. So
yeah. So again, I think another quarterback's going in those first 3 though on draft night. I think one of those 2 teams are trading now, but we're going to stick with what we got here so far. Colts going quarterback. That's pretty obvious. Then the question becomes, which quarterback? Is it Stroud? Is it Richardson? Is it Levis? That's the question, because a lot of people, it's been up in the air with the Colts. They've been very tight-lipped. There's been a lot of people have said that it could be Levis because he kind of fits the mold of the type of quarterback that they may like. I don't know. I personally think I would go Stroud, but now there's rumors coming out that Stroud may be dipping due to the testing. So that to me is the interesting one, where Colts are definitely going quarterback. I just don't know which quarterback they're going to take.
That is tough. That's why this is like weird. Like I don't think there's like one really like massive standout in this draft. So I would say, I don't know. I was going to maybe Anthony Richardson. Maybe he goes top 5.
I wouldn't be shocked. I could see any one of these quarterbacks that we're now going to send to the Colts.
That's what's so tough about this one.
I could see them falling out of the top 10, but we'll go with Richardson. It could be any of them, but we'll go with Richardson.
Could be. That's really tough.
Seattle's another team that could theoretically go quarterback. I don't think they're gonna. But like Geno's contract is basically a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
And if you're the Seahawks, you don't know where you're going to be picking again next year. So if they really like the quarterback, even though I haven't seen anybody really mock them to a quarterback, I could see it. But I'll take the safe approach here. I will go elsewhere. I won't go with the quarterback for the Seahawks. I've seen a lot of people. Wow, their rankings are way different than a lot of other sites. I'm looking for where the hell is he? Oh my God, has it changed this much? I'm looking for. I'll know it when I see his name. No, I must have missed him. I think they're going to go edge here.
Nolan Smith?
I don't think that. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think he'll go that early.
No, I know. I'm trying to think of what edge rush you're thinking of.
Yeah, not Murphy. I think Murphy's more of a mid to late round guy. Oh, this is going to bother me now. Hold on one second. I'm looking. I don't know why the name has escaped me right now. Wow, PFF's ranks have, unless I've been keeping up with mocks the last 2 weeks, but PFF's ranks are like way different than they used to be. I think Tyree Wilson's who I'm looking for, because everywhere I look,
he was down the board more.
Oh, was he? Then I missed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's a guy I could see going here. Where is he?
He's down the board more. I remember seeing him.
Oh, there
He is.
All the way back at 28.
Yeah.
Wow. Because I've seen a lot of people think the Seahawks could take him. What do you think, Baddog? What do you like with this pick?
God, I mean, it's freaking tough. This is really difficult. I don't really know what the Seahawks need, but like I don't know how as far as their tackle situation goes, but you can never go wrong with the tackle. So, Scott from Northwestern. I don't know what the Seahawks needs are.
The center, guard, and D line. Most people have had them going D line. So, you know what? I'm gonna go with him, even though he's ranked as low as he is. I'm gonna go with him. We'll go there. We'll go Tyree Wilson.
Right.
Lions, wide receiver, tight end, defensive line. That's at least listed as their biggest needs. Again, a team that wouldn't shock me if they went quarterback. They have 2 first-round picks.
Not. And again, if this board ends up like this, they could trade back if somebody wanted to step up and get a CJ Stroud.
Yeah, for sure. I could see like even the Raiders doing a small trade just to assure that they get him. With the Falcons behind them, they could potentially trade out. So, but if the Lions stand pat, I think they're going to go corner. Actually, that I've read that a lot. They just traded away Okuda, who, the former 3rd overall pick.
Yep.
I think they're going to go corner, and there's a lot of good corners in this draft. So this is the first team I have pegged to take a corner. And then it just becomes a question of which is the corner. Is it Witherspoon? Is it Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Those are the top 2. So it really doesn't matter. I think both of them are going to come off the board fast. So we'll do Witherspoon to them. And then the Raiders, in this spot, I think they go quarterback, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, I give the Raiders CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think they're definitely going quarterback if one of those 2 guys falls to them.
The Falcons, another team that could go quarterback.
They could go quarterback.
All depends on what they would, how they feel about Levis at that point. They go wide receiver. They go edge. They go anything. The Falcons stink. They just do. But what does the chat think? I would give him
Will Levis. I think they're going to go quarterback.
Wow, really? Yeah, you think Levis? What do you guys?
I don't know what other quarterbacks are there at this point.
I think I think I would go corner here, but I don't mind giving them Levis. I think Levis is either going to go to Tennessee at 11 or the Falcons here at 8. So I don't mind having Levis fall off the board here. So we'll do that. Levis goes to the Falcons. The Bears, I think, are going line. Their line's atrocious.
Yep.
And Scornell. That's who I think they're going.
Yep.
Or maybe another tackle, but I think they're going tackle at this pick.
Yeah, well, he's the best on the board, so I would.
Yeah, that's where I think they go. Now, do the Eagles take Bijan Robinson, or do they go with more of a?
Oh, we took Jalen Carter off the board. So.
Yeah, could they? But I could see them going Nolan Smith here. I could see them going Kalijah Kancey. Like he projects to be a typical. The Eagles love those interior defensive linemen.
They really do.
They love going line too. So like Paris Johnson's a possibility. So this is an interesting one. But if I would be intrigued if I were the Eagles to go Bijan Robinson, because you kind of have it's very similar to the Cowboys team when they drafted Zeke. Like you have the complete offensive line. He's kind of just that cherry on top.
Yeah, it makes sense for them to take Bijan Robinson because, like I said, their offensive line is great. Their running game is great, and now you're bringing the best running back out of college. Behind that line, it's almost impossible for him to fail, especially with the offense that they run. So, I do think if Bijan Robinson made it to 10, I really don't know on this board. I really don't know how the Eagles would pass on him.
Yeah, I think I'm not normally in favor of taking a running back that early, but he's a really,
like you said, they have all the other positions handled.
Yeah, they could kind of afford to take that luxury. Like they're a team that's clearly in like a win now mode,
right?
And if you get 3 great years out of Bijan Robinson early on, it enhances your offense even more. Like I would hate it as a Giants fan, but you think about the dual threat capabilities of Hurts and then the wide receivers they got, the tight end they got with Goddard, and you add this type of animal in the backfield, like with that offensive line, like that's lethal.
Yeah, it'd be nasty.
And of course, they lost their running back too. So,
by the way, Mike, thank you for the super chat. I didn't even see it there. I put it up there and I forgot it was there. He says, "I think the only way we get Addison is if we trade up to 19. He won't make it past 23, in my opinion. And if Joe Shane loves him, he should consider doing it. And I think he will, Mike. We've talked about that. Like if one of the players Joe Shane really likes does get to 19 or 20, and he really likes him and is afraid he might not get to him, that he could jump up and pull the trigger. Because Chris and I did the math yesterday, or that used that chart, and it's really the equivalent of a third-round pick. So the Giants might have to give up 25 in their third-round pick to move up to get, Addison or Joey Porter Jr. or somebody like that. So we'll see.
Yeah. Next one. Normally I have the Titans going quarterback here, but we had Atlanta go quarterback. So normally I would have Levis going here. So with a quarterback already off the board, I mean, wide receiver makes a lot of sense for them, right? They lost
AJ
Brown.
They get rid of it, right? Got rid of AJ Brown.
They did draft a wide receiver last year, but he hasn't, he's still kind of a question mark. So I could, if they're not going quarterback here, I could certainly see them going with JSN.
Yeah, definitely. I would give him JSN too.
I think he makes sense here.
Yep.
I'm getting a little excited here, Baddog. So far, we've got some corners dropping a little bit.
A little bit.
All right. So Houston elected to pass on the quarterback. They could go wide receiver.
They could.
They could certainly go wide receiver, right? They just lost Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
You're thinking for some long-term pieces. If you didn't go quarterback in this draft,
you got Davis Mills, right?
Yeah, but you're also probably trying to build a team for the guy that you're probably planning to draft next year. So it would be nice to have a wide receiver in hand.
Right.
I think wide receiver makes sense here with this pick for Houston. So
yeah,
that's what I think they would do. It's just a matter of which one now, right? Is it going to be Addison? Is it going to be Quentin Johnston, or is it going to be Zay Flowers? I think those are your three options there. If they go wide receiver.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Give them the best available, whoever that is.
Best available would be Addison. I mean, I don't know if they're going to go wide receiver, but I could certainly see it. So
right,
I'm going to have Houston go wide receiver here. Green Bay, they now got the Jets pick. They lost Rodgers, but they already have they got Jordan Love to replace him. They list quarterback as the need, but Jordan Love's the starter.
Yeah.
But if one of those, you know what? I didn't think about that because it just happened. That's an interesting team that could potentially trade up for a quarterback.
The Packers?
They've got extra draft capital now.
Yep.
With the Jets trade. We don't know how much they, no pun intended, love Jordan Love. He's in year 4, I think, of his contract, right?
Yep.
If they really liked like a C.J. Stroud or an Anthony Richardson, they could potentially trade up for a quarterback. Wouldn't shock me.
Yeah. I mean, this draft is a crapshoot, man. This is one of the tougher drafts I remember mocking, because a lot of times the top 10, it's almost like a given. Like you and I would go through 10 picks, boom, 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 boom. The last 10 would be like, who do they take? But this has been tough.
Yeah.
Because really, again, I don't think there's anybody that's like head and shoulders above anybody else.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna. But if on draft night they traded up to say 4 or 5 and they love the quarterback, I could see it now.
They definitely could.
But here, I mean, tight end. A lot of people seem to think they're going to go tight end. I've read that a lot. Dalton Kincaid still on the board. People like him.
That makes sense for that. Then
you help out your quarterback. You get him a nice weapon.
Yeah, you get him you get a safety net for.
Let's do it. Let's go tight end here at 13 of the Packers. 14. Patriots, another interesting team. They could go long-term here with a tackle. They could go edge. But Christian Gonzalez is really good. He's still there. And again, I'm not a Patriots fan, but just based off of who I think is the best player available, I think Gonzalez would be my pick here.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, Belichick they're unorthodox. You know, they might just take BPA at this point.
Yeah, but I don't think Gonzalez will fall that far. If I had to guess, I think. Who knows though? He may.
Yeah, like you said, this is tough.
Jets, I think, are going line. Becton's finished in my opinion. Yeah, I think they're going to go line. So we'll go Paris Johnson. Yeah. You got to be able to support Rodgers.
Dude, good thing we didn't get Mekhi Becton. That was a knock on him coming out of college.
Yeah, I think that's one of the easier picks in the first round. I think they're going to go tackle. Washington
says their need is quarterback, linebacker.
Everything I've read about Washington, a lot of people think they're going to go corner. That's what I've read. I don't know how, again, I don't follow Washington as closely as I do the Giants, but a lot of people seem to think they're going to go corner. Brian Branch, he's a really good player. He's still available.
Yeah.
They kind of already have a pretty good defensive line, so I don't think they would take Yancey here. I could see Deonte Banks if they're going corner. I could see Nolan. Well, no, I don't think they'd go Nolan Smith. Porter's a possibility.
Yep.
I think they're going corner. If I had to guess, I think they're going corner. I'm gonna go. I hate to say it because I love him. I'm gonna go Deonte Banks to Washington.
Yeah. I can see that. If that's the way the board shakes out.
Yeah. Kincaid's already off the board. Somebody said Kincaid. He's already off the board.
Yeah.
Let's see. Steelers. The Steelers are linebacker you. They always seem to take first-round linebackers.
Yeah.
Like, always. And it does list them as one of their biggest needs. I haven't been keeping up with what people think the Steelers are going to do. And I doubt most people have a linebacker going this early, but I would not be surprised. Like, the Steelers always take middle linebackers in the first round, like always. So if there was like one team I could see doing it here and maybe like a little bit of a reach, I could see the Steelers. Simpson. Who else? Campbell. He's been moving up. A lot of people like Jack Campbell as a guy that could sneak into the first round. So, like, if you're looking for like maybe a surprise pick, I could see the Steelers being that team. But they could also just go with corner here. Like, I could certainly see that. It makes sense, obviously, to go with like Porter Jr. here, right? Not to mention he's an in-state guy. He went to Penn State.
Yeah,
kind of followed that mold last year with the quarterback they chose.
Right.
So if I had to guess here, I think I'd go Porter Jr.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they surprise us on draft night and go linebacker.
Yeah, you never know. Manny, thank you for the Super Chases. Orange and blue skies. Leave them in Cleveland. I have a feeling that's exactly what's going to happen. What's going to happen.
What's going on? All right, so 18, the Lions. Wide receiver. They took Jamison Williams last year. He got hurt. But they list that as a need for them. The Lions already had a pick. Who did we take? I forgot.
I'm sure they didn't show it up there.
We took corner, Witherspoon.
I would say Cansey here.
You like? Wow. Their defense is going to get nasty real quick.
Yeah, I mean, they need defensive interior. He's like the best player on the board of their positional need.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Cansey.
I could see that. I could see Cansey going here. Wide receiver, tight end. Let's give him Cansey. Why not? Bucks.
I mean, I think their offense was pretty solid. I think their defense had a lot left to be questioned. You know what I mean? They gave up a lot of points, so I think he would definitely help.
I could also see them going tight end because they traded away what's his name last year to the Vikings.
Right.
The guy that was like the 7th overall pick.
Oh my God! What the?
Hawkinson. Yeah, they traded him away. And there's a lot of good tight ends in this draft, so I could see them going that route too. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But Cansey feels like a pick for them too. So I could definitely see a Cansey pick there for the Lions.
Yeah, here I would give Tampa Brian Branch. They need a safety. There's no quarterbacks left. I don't know if they would take Mayer at this point. I don't know if that's considered a reach. Again, I don't really know. I guess it would.
I don't think Meyer would be a reach at this point, but I'm not saying they would take him. But I don't think it'd be a reach.
Right. So between Branch and Meyer, probably, if you're looking at this board,
let's go Branch. I just think most people are going to have Branch a little bit higher on their boards, so we'll go with Branch. He's a really.
Who is Tampa's quarterback? Why the hell can't I think of who their quarterback is?
I think they got Mayfield and Trask.
Mayfield. I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah,
I knew Trask was still there, but.
Yeah, they got Mayfield. He's like the stop.
That's gonna be rough. That's gonna be rough.
Yeah, they're gonna be horrible this year.
I never know. Baker seemed to get it together with the Rams, with a really injured Rams team. So maybe
they do play in a really weak division. So
maybe he got humbled a little bit. Maybe he matured. Man, who knows?
Now we got Seattle.
They need a center, a guard, and obviously they need line.
Nolan Smith's still available. He's good. Miles Murphy, I could see him if they want to go D-line. Could go center. I know nobody seems to think a center is going to go in the first round, but there's always one usually that goes, like an interior offensive lineman. Torrance is a possibility here if they want to go line as well out of Florida.
Yeah, especially since they need the guard.
I'll let the chat. Well, let's let the chat make this pick.
Yeah, you guys make the pick.
What do you guys want for Seattle? Let the chat make this pick.
You guys pick it up. Let's go. Hit that thumbs up, by the way. If you haven't done so, guys and girls, thank you for being here. Almost 600 in the house. Day before the draft. You pumped? We're pumped. We're ready to go. So make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed to Chris, the Entertaining Talking Sports, he's now down here today, the handsome fella right there. Link is in the description. Subscribe to him. We'll be live on his channel tomorrow doing this again. More mock drafts, more rumors, probably maybe something leaks. We'll do the classic Eagles draft that we always do. And obviously we'll be covering the draft. So make sure you subscribe to both channels. Thank you guys and girls for being here. Let's get those thumbs ups up there for the NFL draft, baby. Let's go. Let's go. The likes for this stream. It's got to happen.
The most common pick I see in the chat is Torrance.
Torrance, yep.
We're going to go Torrance out of Florida. The big beefy guard goes to Seattle. I think the Chargers are going wide receiver. And I know people in the chat don't want to hear that, but you got Herbert. You know, Keenan Allen's getting older. Mike Williams a nice threat, but I think they want to continue to, get him some help. So, and there's still 2 of the top 4 wide receivers on the board. It's just a matter of which one now.
I'm giving.
Well, they got Mike Williams. I don't think Quentin Johnston's a great fit because to me he's a lot like Mike Williams, right? So if they were going receiver, I think they'd go with Flowers actually. With
they definitely could
still on the board.
But see, this is where it gets interesting for the Giants because if these guys do get to 19, does Joe Shane go, I want Zay Flowers and jump up there? I mean, this is where it gets interesting. But since we're not going to make the trade,
I think it's Flowers. I know Giants fans want Flowers, but I think if I'm the Chargers here, if they're going receiver, and maybe they could go tight end, I suppose, but. I think
it doesn't matter who we want. Looks like Anthony might get his guy here.
I think you go Flowers. Ravens, another team that could go wide receiver. The Ravens always seem to take a late first round wide receiver, and it just doesn't work out. They took Rashad Bateman. They took Hollywood Brown. I feel like they took another one.
They definitely could, but I'm looking at their needs.
Yeah,
and I know Baltimore loves freaking defense. If Nolan Smith is there at 22. I could definitely see them taking Nolan Smith.
Yeah, I could see it for sure. Miles Murphy's really good too. They already have one of the better tight ends in football, so I doubt they'd go Meyer here.
Yeah, Mark Andrews is really good.
I'm on board with you on that one. I'll go with you on that one. We'll go Nolan Smith to Baltimore. I could rock with that. Minnesota, I mean, it has to be on defense, right?
Their defense is really, really bad.
We saw how bad they were when we played them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it could be anywhere. They're bad on all 3 levels. So here you're looking at Miles Murphy. You also have Van Ness. A lot of people have Van Ness going a lot earlier. Actually, I don't know their scheme well enough to know if he would fit or not. But I've seen Van Ness going as high as like 15 in most mock drafts. Will McDonald's another guy that a lot of people have first round grade on, who's an edge rusher.
Charles Longwell, I just noticed it in the chat. He says could see the Vikings going Hendon Hooker. That's it. That's interesting because they have really good receivers there. And how long is Kirk Cousins' contract? It's not like Hendon Hooker would have to play this year. He is a guy that could sit. I could definitely see Hendon Hooker going into the first, beginning of the second, because you get to this point, your team pretty much is you're a better team, and you usually have something for a younger quarterback to come in. I mean, he might be a risk at 23. Again, you consider his age. If he's going to sit out here, he won't be a starter till at least he's 26. I mean, quarterbacks can last forever. I think if Hendon Hooker didn't get hurt, I think that. I could definitely see him going here, but although I think people said he'd be ready for the season, but at this point, if Minnesota drafted him, I think he would definitely sit behind Kirk Cousins. So,
yeah, it's possible. I'm not ruling it out.
But they got to take defense.
Their defense was so bad last year.
They have to,
and you're still a win now team, even though I think Minnesota could take a step back next year. But they did win 13 games, and they now play in a division that Aaron Rodgers just left with the Packers, even though I think the Lions are on the come up.
I'll give him Murphy.
I think you got to use this pick to try to address your defense in some way, shape, or form. Like,
I would give him Miles Murphy.
Otherworldly bad. So yeah, again, I could see them going corner here too, but Murphy, I could definitely see too. Anywhere of the three levels, like their defense.
Yeah, it's really bad.
And then you got the Jaguars. Jaguars have a tight end already, so I don't think they're going to do that. They got our guy, Evan Ingram. They got some pretty good weapons at the wide receiver spot. I wouldn't be shocked if they added another one.
It looks like they need line.
Yeah, interior line at that, it says. Guard, center.
Yeah.
DB, they could go corner. I think Emmanuel Forbes is on the board.
Yeah.
I don't think Van Ness is getting this late. I think I'm taking him because I don't even want us to have the option to take him because I think he would have went already. So I'm going to take Van Ness to Jacksonville.
All right.
So
well,
now
here you go. So we got four for Giants. We're looking at what I see is Quentin Johnston, Emmanuel Forbes, or your center. So
yeah, McDonald. If you want to go edge, you got Meyer still available. You got Schmitz. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, maybe you want to argue that you could reach on a Jack Campbell. I've seen people start to like sprinkle that idea, and I don't think that's going to happen. No. I think with this pick, the way that it played out, it's like you said, you're either going to go with your center here. I mean, you could look to trade down, but we're not going to trade down in this mock.
Right.
You could go Schmitz or whoever you feel is the best center. You could go edge because there are some good edges still there. You got Will McDonald. Or you could go with the weapon, whether that be Meyer or whether that be Quentin Johnston or Emmanuel Forbes, the probably the consensus top corner at this point. So those are your choices. Those are your choices. I don't think we would take Johnston because I don't think he fits our scheme.
Right.
I'd be surprised.
Emmanuel Forbes is also, he's smaller, right?
Yeah.
But he's also a ball hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is tough.
It's
tough because, again, like you said, I like both of those guys' skill set. I like Quentin Johnston a lot, but again, he's had problems with drops. It's just when I think of Quentin Johnston, like I said, he's a guy that he gets a lot of yards after the catch. That is like his MO. He's not going to blow past defensive backs, but he's a big body guy. We tried this with Galladay. Now, Hodgins is also big, so you might not need another big receiver like that.
Somebody said check the visits. I'm going to do it. I'm going to tell you the guys that we had top 30 visits on. I got it right here. So I'm going to read it off to you. These are the players we had top 30 visits on. Joey Porter Jr., who's off the board. Marvin Mims, who's more of a second-round target.
Yep.
Kendre Miller, who's like a fourth-round running back target, who I actually like. We talk about thumpers. I think he's a good fit for us if we want to go that route. Brian Barisi, interesting out of Clemson. He's an interior defensive lineman who may be the best player on the board right now. He's really good. Obviously went to the same school as Sexy Dexy. So he's a possibility. Will McDonald, who I just mentioned, he's probably a first-round talent. He's still on the board, the edge. Let's see. You got Drew Sanders. I think he's more of a second-round target, but I think he fits our defense really well. Henley, the linebacker out of Washington State.
H1000 is like dead center. Bijan Robinson's not going to fall to the Giants. He's not going to get there.
He's already gone. We had the Eagles.
That's what I'm saying. He's just saying that I seriously doubt he's going to fall 25. The Giants are drafting a running back in this. They're not taking
Jalen Hyatt. He could be a pick here. I don't want him, but he could be a pick. We're not doing what we want. We're doing what's a possibility. So we should mention him.
Because who said let's take Wan'Dale Robinson in the second round?
Yeah, and the Giants did show interest in Hyatt, so he's possible here. Flowers is off the board. Keon White
Johnson is the best ranked receiver at this point.
Cam Smith available. Gervon Dexter, John Michael Schmitz, the center. Hendon Hooker, we're not taking him here. Payne Durham, we're not taking him. Clayton Tune, obviously not taking him. Those are the guys. Those are the top 30 visits in terms of potential first round picks that I read off. Luke Musgrave, probably not first round, tight end. Brian Branch is gone. So yeah, I think the guys that I mentioned, those are Emmanuel Forbes. He was a top 30 visit. He's available. Miles Murphy's gone. Deonte Banks is gone. So those are the names. So I think, let me just scan through it real quick. Out of potential first-round picks that we brought in for a top 30 visit that are still available on our mock, it is in no specific order. Emmanuel Forbes. Yep. He's available. You've got, let me keep going up. So far it's just Forbes. I've gone through 9. Still Forbes. Gone through 11. Still Forbes. Still Forbes through 13.
That's our pick then at this point.
Through 15. Forbes. Schmitz is another one. So that's 2. Schmitz, Forbes, Cam Smith. We didn't even bring in Quentin Johnston. Jalen Hyatt. That's 3. I don't consider Drew Sanders an option here. Will McDonald or Brian Breesy. Those 5 names. It's Breesy, it's McDonald, it's Forbes, it's Hyatt, or it's I forgot the other guy that I mentioned. Let me go back. I think it was the last guy on the list. Let me just
say Cam Smith.
Cam Smith. So Cam Smith, Hyatt, Breesy, Will McDonald, John Michael Schmitz, or Forbes. I think those are the names you're looking at here.
All right. Those are the names you're looking at here. Oh, God, it's tough. God, who the hell do they take? This is why this is going to be such an interesting draft, Chris, because I mean, wow. I mean, Hyatt is just a burner. Like, he's just a flat out speed. He's not the best route runner. But that's something that can be taught. I mean, if you can make Richie James into a productive receiver,
I think I'm.
But then
I think the safest pick here. I think the safest pick
center
is actually Breesy. I think he's the safest pick. But I don't know if that's the pick they're going to take.
Right.
And it would not be the most applauded pick because obviously everybody's going to look at it. They said, well, you already addressed the defensive line, but the Giants' standpoint would be he's the best player on the board. We like him. Leonard Williams isn't going to be here after next year. He's going to transition into being a big part of this defense long-term next to Dexter Lawrence. That would be the line of thinking. Do I think they're going to do that? No, I don't. I think the fact that they spent what they did on the interior defensive line in the offseason suggests that they're probably not going to go interior defensive line here. So I'm going to rule him out, even though I think that might be the safest pick here because I do think he's going to be a good pro.
Could they surprise and go Jack Campbell here? Like, this is hard, man.
Yeah, I think.
How about this? Joe Pezos, thank you for the super chat. He says, "Hi, neighbor. My kid saw you today and said hi. How about a hard-hitting defensive back from Albany, Baddog at 25? Well, I don't live in Albany, but
I bit the bullet, Baddog. I went with Forbes.
You went with Forbes.
I went with Forbes. Yeah, we're gonna take a corner here. I'm starting to have suspicions that we may go Hyatt. I'm like almost talking myself into it.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm almost talking myself into it, and even though I wouldn't be in love with the pick, I'm almost talking myself into it. But I went with Forbes. We got our first round corner out of Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Cowboys. I'm gonna go Meyer here for the Cowboys. Like to me, he's got like Jason Witten written all over him. Yeah. Like I think that's who they would take if he was there. Bills.
Oh, Dashy's gonna be pissed because Meyer didn't get to him.
Yeah, yeah. Bills. Will McDonald's a good player. I feel like they could use a little bit more help on the line, perhaps.
They definitely could.
Let's go there. Cincinnati.
They need a tight end, but tight ends are good. They're gone.
Darnell Washington's a good player. He's still available.
Yeah, they could definitely take him. Give him Darnell Washington.
They lost Apple, right?
That'll make Dashy happy. Losing Apple's nothing. You can replace him with anybody.
Breesy is still available. I think that. Yeah, I like Breesy here actually. How far do they? Wow, they have him ranked low, 40. I like him here. I'm gonna go with him there.
Yeah, I guess it's not like Cincinnati needs a whole lot of help in offense.
Yeah, they're loaded.
You're muted again.
Saints are notorious for going
There you go.
offensive line early on, right? So, like, I'm going to just get rid of this mic. I'll use the crappy mic for now. But the Saints are notorious for going offensive line early on. I could see them going center here. I'm going to do it. Well, they already have a center, so that was probably a bad pick. But I could see them going because, well, they got Ruiz. Ruiz is a guy that could transition to guard as well. It says that they need a guard and a center, so let's just do it. Let's give the Saints Michael Schmitz there. Okay. Eagles, wide receiver, guard, center. They already got a running back with their first pick. They have to be at least slightly concerned that their offensive line is getting older.
Yeah.
And they love the defensive line. Let's see who's available. Quentin Johnston's still available.
Jalen Hyatt's still available.
Did the Eagles take Quentin Johnston? Would that make sense for them? Is he a good fit there? They don't need him though, man.
No, because you got a big body guy in AJ Brown. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Jalen Hyatt would give them a burner. They don't have a burner. I don't think.
Yeah. I could see it. Wow. Imagine if they had Hyatt and.
Mrs. Baddog just ordered food. I just heard her say, "Thank you." I'm not even going to be able to eat today. I have to find something to eat.
Eagles go safety, you guys think, huh? And I don't think so. Not after. I don't think there's another safety worth taking in the first round. We took the best safety.
Yeah.
This is a really thin safety class. This is a tough one. I mean, DJ Turner's a good player, but he's a corner.
Yeah.
And they obviously, but I could see them going corner because it's not like Bradbury's going to be there much longer. And
right. Darius Slay, same thing.
Yeah. I could see them going corner here. So I think I'm going to go corner. Cam Smith. I think I'm going to go corner for the Eagles. Let's do it. Cam Smith to the Eagles. And the Chiefs.
Jalen Hyatt.
Perfect pick for them.
It is. If he falls there, that is an absolutely perfect pick for the Chiefs.
That's a perfect pick for the Chiefs. I could definitely see them going Jalen.
Yep.
So there you go. There's our first round. I'm sure we'll probably get like 2 picks right, but Bryce Young, Will Anderson, Jalen Carter, Richardson, Tyree Wilson. We got Witherspoon, CJ Stroud, Levis, Skornoski, Bijan Robinson, JSN, Jordan Addison, Dalton Kincaid, Christian Gonzalez, Paris Johnson, Deonte Banks, Joey Porter Jr., Elijah Cansey, Brian Branch, Osiris Torrance, Zay Flowers, Nolan Smith, Miles Murphy, Lucas Van Ness, Emmanuel Forbes to the New York Giants.
Definitely a possibility. All right. Wipe it clean. Let's do a Giants one, guys.
Let's do a Giants one. New mock draft. We're going to – you could only do up to 3 rounds on PFF.
Do the Pro Football Simulator.
Oh, yeah.
Try that one.
7 rounds. New York Giants. Let's draft. Let's rock and roll. Start the draft. Oh, it's going.
Yeah, Richardson going second. How about that?
Let me start over and do fast mode. That way it goes through the picks quicker.
Well, Chris, their mock had ours number 1 overall right. We had the same.
Oh, I'd be shocked if he.
Yeah, they took Bryce Young.
He's definitely going to be the first pick. I'd be shocked if he's not. Let's see this one. We're going to go fast. We're going to go 7. We're going to go Giants, and we're going to start.
Yep.
All right, here we go. So they're just going to, Young was first again. Go. We're on the clock, chat. All right. Let me get rid of all these ads.
We have 3 trade offers.
Bills 27-20.
Reject that.
Ayuk.
Oh,
yeah. Chat would love that, but it kind of takes the fun out of doing the mock draft.
Yeah, I know. But that, the hell, Minnesota.
Right. So we're at 25. We're on the clock. Best player on the board is Van Ness. Ringo. We didn't even bring him up in the last mock draft. I guess he would have been a possibility for us as well. Van Ness, Keely Ringo, Dalton Kincaid, Meyer, Cansey. There's some good players. Will McDonald, Zay Flowers.
Torrance. BJ Ojulari is a guy here about in the second round for the Giants.
Yeah, like his brother.
Yeah.
Wow, Wow, yeah, there's a couple of good players here. I mean, obviously the most popular one in the chat's probably going to be Flowers because
Flowers.
But I could see them going probably like 7 guys we just mentioned. I could see Van Ness here. I could see Ringo here. I could see one of those 2 tight ends here. Cansey here. Cam Smith. So yeah, I'll let the chat make the pick, so they're happy. Let's see who they want.
Let's see who they want.
Flowers.
Yeah, I saw a lot of Flowers. Then I see Van Ness. But a lot of Flowers. Flowers seems to be the popular. We'll go Flowers.
Flowers to the Giants, 2nd round. Now, obviously, you're thinking potential offensive line. You're thinking corner. Right off the bat, Prince is available out of Kansas State. He's massive. He's 6'4". Drew Sanders. Schmitz is available. I think he's the pick.
Yep, definitely the pick there.
I think he's the pick.
I think he's the pick too.
All right, so we got our center. We got Flowers, and we got our center. 89. We're going to reject the Jets. Screw the Jets. We're going to reject the Bears. All right. 89th pick. Tyler Scott's available. I like him, but we already got a receiver, so I don't think you're doing that.
At this point, we would probably look for a corner if there's one there.
Kendre Miller.
I don't see any. Martin's the earliest corner there.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't like the way this. Well, we'll see. But I think it's too early to take. I like Kendre Miller, but I don't love him here. Let's see what the chat says. Darius Rush, people like. Henley. Yeah. We already took a center. We took a center in the 2nd round, Bryce.
Yeah. Kelly, Jalen Jones.
This is why, this is why I think we're taking a corner in the 1st, by the way, because it's such a big drop off.
Right.
But let's see. You want to double up at the wide receiver? Somebody said Keyshawn Butte. You want to double up at the wide receiver?
Keyshawn Butte is another name that's. I don't know if they'd want to double up at the. I don't see any corners here though. Yeah. I mean, you got Jamie Robinson there.
Henley, he's possible. Linebacker. The Giants brought him in for a top 30 visit. He's possible. You know what? Let's go there. Let's get a linebacker.
All right.
I can see that here with how it transpired. I could see that. Let's go there. All right, 4th round. What are we gonna do? Let's reject you.
Yeah, I'm not taking that trade.
All right.
There's a corner.
He's like a 5'9" corner. Have you seen that dude? He's got like massive, like long arms, but he's like 5'9".
No, it was him.
Let's see. Tajay Spears, we brought him in for a visit. He's a running back that's talented. He's possible.
Kenny McIntosh is there. He's a running back.
Dorian Williams, I think he's a little bit later. I'd be interested in him, but he's a guy you want to keep your eye on that we brought in for a visit as well.
Somebody has Ricky Stromberg is there. I don't know.
Stromberg, the center. We already took a center though, so
yeah,
we're not taking him. I mean, you could go Hodges Tomlinson. He's gonna be I think projects as a slot because he's like 5'9", but he's solid.
Caillou Blue Kelly up there.
Do over, please. Everybody's saying do over. What? Well, you guys wanted the wide receiver. This is what happens. You know, you guys didn't want the corner. You wanted the wide receiver. You got
Blue Kelly up there.
Voorhees, Riley Moss. Could they go lineman here too? I mean, we already took one. I would.
Yeah, I could go lineman.
I actually like Byron Young too. I don't know how the chat feels about him. I actually had him in my my last 7-round mock draft, but he's an interior lineman. We already kind of addressed that. But he's a traditional run stuffer. Could be a long-term guy at this point. It's in the 4th round. I could see that too. Let's see. A lot of people are saying Riley Moss.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody seems to like Riley Moss. Okay. All right, guys. You guys talked me into it.
Might just have to type him.
Yeah, I'm just going to type him. There you go. You got your cornerback. Round 5.
Round 5. Kenny McIntosh is still there.
Out of Georgia. Yeah, this is definitely the round where you start.
Yep, Eric Gray's a good running back out of Oklahoma. He's pretty good.
Charlie Jones, a lot of people like him out of Purdue. He's a quarterback turned wide receiver. Garrett Williams, he's coming off an injury from Syracuse, but I could see him here. Many people felt he would have been a first-round talent had he not gotten hurt. So he's an interesting one this late. I don't know if he'll be there on draft day at this point. Raheem Jarrett we brought in for a visit. At wide receiver, Payne Durham we brought in for a visit. Deuce Vaughn, the little squirt.
I love that guy. If he's in the next round, we got to take him.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Zavala, Ibrahim. Yeah, Deuce Vaughn's still there, Gary, but we could take him. Maybe wait around.
I like Deuce Vaughn a lot.
I think here I like Garrett Williams with this pick. I don't think he's going to be there. I think he's going to go before this. But I think.
Well, we need a corner. You haven't addressed it yet, so.
We took corner with our last pick, but I don't mind doubling up at the position.
You can never have enough
if we waited as late as we did to take one.
Right, exactly.
All right, we're up again at 172. All right, Dorian Williams still available. We already
Kenny McIntosh is still available.
Yeah, I could go running back here. I get on board with that. You want to go? You want to go there?
Yeah, where's our guy? Did he go?
Let's look at the offense running back.
Yep, Deuce Vaughn's gone at this point. Oh no, there he is. Yeah, let's take Deuce Vaughn. I want a little squirt, Chris. I want to torment the Eagles with our 5'5" guy.
You want our Boston Scott? All right.
Yeah, he's even shorter than Boston Scott.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, there's Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Yeah, DTR.
I'll tell you what. Again, this is tough because you got Daniel Jones 4 years. I love Max Duggan.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not drafted Duggan to be a starter at this point, he's a backup. But
right.
Yeah, I could certainly see them taking a backup quarterback.
I really think the Giants are going to take a quarterback at the end of this draft.
That's
what
I keep saying.
Stetson Bennett. But if they have a chance to get Duggan, I'd much rather have him as a backup because
you know how every draft, Baddog, you have like a guy that's like your sleeper. Right. Like I remember one year it was like Tusk or whatever his name was for us. This is my sleeper this year. This is when I looked into like deep guys that I could see us targeting. Yep. This is my guy, Anthony Bradford out of LSU. I have no idea if the Giants are interested in him. They didn't bring him in for any visits, but that was the guy that I talked about in my mock draft video because when I looked into LSU's offense, it's very similar to that of the offense that we run. They have a very mobile quarterback. When you look last year when we drafted Azudu, it was very similar. The type of offense that North Carolina ran. They used the quarterback a lot with runs. And he's a guy that's versatile. He's played every position at the collegiate level but center. That's the guy in like the 5th or 6th round. That's my guy. That's my guy. I'm like, that's I'm not taking him here, but that's the guy I'm going to be like, all right, I can see us taking him there. But what does the chat think? What do you guys think?
I see Tuska. I think I saw that a couple times. They're like safety, defensive tackle, Dante Stills. I see a couple of Stills there. I see some DTR. I'd rather have Duggan than DTR. I can tell you that. Duggan is he's a gamer, man. Kid is tough as nails. I think he's better than DTR is.
I like Duggan too as a back. We'll go quarterback here. Why not? We'll take Duggan. Long-term backup there.
Not to be confused with Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
And if the 49ers taught us anything this year, like
there you go, guys. You wanted Stills. He's still there.
Dante Stills. You want to go DT here?
Yeah.
All right. And we got 3 picks in the 7th round.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bumper Pool. That sounds like a name we're going to draft for the Eagles. Who names their kid Bumper?
I don't think that's his real name. I hope not, because there are bumper pool tables. It's a true thing.
That's a real name?
I hope that's but there is a bumper pool. They do have bumper pool tables. They have little things in the middle of them.
Bumper Pool. What a name on that guy. Yeah. Let's see. Bumper Pool. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to just let the chat make these last couple of picks. At this point, you're throwing darts at a board anyway. So
right.
Who's your guys like super sleeper that you want to take? How do you guys feel about Azudu? I like Azudu. I think he could turn into a starter for us long term, but it's kind of still up in the air. But he's definitely really athletic. And you talk about another guy with positional versatility. So he's one of the X factors this year, I think, for the Giants that needs to take a big step up.
Yeah, Binaconda. I saw safety a couple of times. Jason,
all right, want to go safety? Let's look at the safeties. We got Jordan Howden, Christian. We'll just throw it. Let's go the hometown kid. Why not? Rutgers, whatever. All right, 254. Bumper Pool still available.
Man, that does sound like an Eagle guy. Pennsylvania, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you, my friend. He says, hey, fellas, kind of hard to be in the FMS. Go Joe Shane. Somebody help me out. I'm bad with acronyms.
I'm looking up what Bumper Pool looks like, by the way. I'm just curious. Oh, yeah, he looks like a bumper. He definitely looks like a bumper. I could see Bumper Pool being a Giant, yeah. All right, let's see. We already got our running back. I don't know at this point. What do you guys think? What do you guys think for the last two picks? Roy Livingstone Jr., Darius Davis, Trey Tucker. I've seen people bring him. He's probably gone at this point, but let me see. No, he's still available. All right, we'll take him. All right, there you go. There's your board. Flowers. I'm not gonna lie, Bad Dog. This draft made me not want to take a wide receiver in the first round.
Right, I agree. I'm
not even gonna lie. Like,
we'll do another one.
I really don't want to take a wide receiver in the first round now.
Did you give us a grade or no?
Let's see. I don't know if they give a grade. No.
I can't remember they did. All right. I'm gonna go potty, and then let's do another one of these.
Let's do it.
Go hit the pisser, and I'll be right back.
All right. Corsat, how do you feel? Oh, I already answered that, Jude. Let's see. We'll do 7. We'll do fast. We'll do Giants. Let's draft. All right, let's see who falls to us this time around. 25th pick. Breesy available. Kincaid available. Meyer available. Cansey available. Cam Smith. We're not going to take Flowers again. Forbes. I think it's Forbes here. It's Forbes, or you go with a guy like Breesy or Cansey. Probably most people. I'm not looking at the chat right now because I'm looking at the board, but I'm assuming most people are saying Cansey. Will McDonald's a good one. The popular pick is probably going to be Forbes or Cansey, but let's see what the chat thinks. Forbes or Cansey, probably. Let's see. What do you guys think?
I missed who we. Man, I'll tell you, if Joey Porter got to 24, the Giants might be
trading up.
If Banks and Porter are there, they might be going up to 22 or 21.
I'm still looking for, I don't know if the chat's frozen. I'm looking for recommendations as to what we should do here by the chat. But it's either Forbes or Cansey, probably, with this pick.
Yeah.
I think. We will go with I'll let you make the pick.
I see a lot of Forbes in there.
Oh yeah, so
a couple of JMSs.
All right, let's do Forbes then.
Yeah.
It's true. I can't see the chat on my end. All right, we're gonna go with Forbes.
Yeah.
Get our corner out of the way. There it is. Emmanuel Forbes goes to the Giants.
Yeah, people are saying John Michael Schmidt. We got him in the second round the last time.
Let's see who's available. Let's take a look at the center first. What the hell? They're all off the board. Oh no, never mind. Tippmann would be the guy here if we were gonna go center. Let's see the wide receiver. Whippler is possible too, but Tippmann I think is the guy that projects to really fit in our offense because he's really athletic. Wide receiver.
Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, of course. We'll be live all 3 days, Luis. All 3 days, my man. We will be live.
Musgrave's possible. We brought him in for a visit at the tight end spot. Marvin Mims, we showed interest. He's possible if we wanted to go wide receiver. Let's take a look on the Drew Sanders, DJ Turner, but we already took a corner. Keanu Benton, we brought him in for a visit, a D-tackle out of Wisconsin.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if Tippmann's there,
I like Tippmann here. I think.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's the way they would go there.
No, it's not Tippmann at 25. It's Tippmann at 57.
Right.
Somebody said at 25. Yeah, all right, let's go Tippmann here at 57. And now we're up to number 89. We're going to reject the 49ers offer. So we already took our center. Let's take a look at the wide receiver, A.T. Perry, Tyler Scott.
You like Tyler Scott. I
I
remember
do like Tyler Scott. I'm a fan of Tyler Scott.
A lot of people like Kayshon Boutte, too.
Yeah, Kayshon Boutte's a good one. Just for shicks, we'll look at the guards. Let's take a look at defense. We got Darius Rush. We took a corner. Could take another, but we already took one. Henley, linebacker, could go there here in the third.
Everybody's saying Mingo. Mingo's there.
Mingo's we just took a receiver, didn't we, or no? I forgot.
No, we took Forbes and Tippmann, so we don't have a
and Mingo's available still?
Yep, there he is.
Oh, yeah. All right, yeah, I like Mingo. Let's go Mingo. And there's been rumors that the Giants are I think as recently as today, I guess we're talking to Mingo, so I'd be happy if we got Mingo in the third round.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty good third round pick.
All right, let's take a look. Let's see what the chat thinks here. Avila, he's got to be gone at this point. Let me see. He's got to be gone, right? I don't know if he's listed as a center or a guard, so let me look at both. Yeah, he's gone. Let's see.
Ray W says, grab bumper.
Hickman. Let me take a look. I'm gonna go safety here. We could use a safety. Who's that other safety we brought in? I forgot out of Penn State.
Oh, geez.
Can't remember his name off the top of my head. I don't know if he's available, but let's see. I don't think he is. He's probably gone because I think most people have him going in the third. He's not available. Let me see what the chat thinks here. Voorhees, he's hurt, banged up. Avila's a center / guard. Scuggs, we already took a center, so I don't think we would take another one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Linebacker. Owen Papo. Dorian Williams, but probably a round too early for him. I could see it though in the fourth. I could see Dorian Williams here. Corner. Let's go with Dorian Williams. I actually like him. And we did bring him in for an interview. I like him out of Tulane. Let's go there.
Tulane.
Round 5. Let's take a look.
Start looking at your running backs here.
Running back. You want to look at running back? Let's take a look at running back. Deuce Vaughn, the little squirt. Could go with him again.
There. But no, we already picked him once, so I just wanted to see the running backs if they were there.
Carla Jones. I like him.
It was tight ends, I was just going to say.
Hayden Durham we brought in. We showed interest in him. Voorhees still available. He could be a good pick here out of USC. I could see that here.
I could definitely see that too. I mean, we need to build up that interior offensive line.
Let's throw him in there. I always like taking linemen. All right, 172. Let's go to – oh, wow, Drew Scruggs still available. Probably we're not going to take him now, though. Right. Charlie Jones, could still go him. Running back, we still got the squirt. Let's see what the chat thinks.
Yeah, playoff P said running back. AP says Zavala. Aristoff says Durham.
Check edge. All right, we can go with the edge.
At this point, for me, it's just a guessing game, man.
Yeah. Well, once you get to pick 172, it's
right.
I would take Charlie Jones here personally, but I really don't care. I'm going to go with the chat. Garrett Williams, yeah, I think we took him in a more recent draft, but we could take him again if I don't think he's going to last this long, but yeah, I like that pull. Yeah, I'll go with that one. All right, round 6. 209. Could go running back here. Drew Scruggs is still available.
Duggan's still there. We did that the last time. People are saying can't miss on Bumper. Love Bumper. They love him. Bumper is the household name.
He's gone? Somebody took – oh, no, that's offense. Okay. I was going to say there he is.
There's Bumper.
But, I mean, he's got the name for it. There's no doubt about that. Bumper Pool. What a name, man. I got to look up his highlights at the end of the stream.
Shows him on a pool table. He's good with a stick. Bumper.
Let's see. What does the chat want to do here? What do you guys want to do? You want to go running back? All right.
Yeah, let's look at the running backs.
Makes sense here. Keaton Mitchell, East Carolina. He's pretty good. I've watched him a little bit.
Yeah. Ibrahim's kind of like a chase. He would be like a change of pace back to Barkley because he's kind of like I don't know how big he is, but he runs like between the tackles. He's not an explosive.
He's 5'7". 5'7", 209.
He runs a lot though. Like I remember, like he's not an explosive guy, but he's just like a tough.
They're both 5'7". They're both little squirts.
Yeah.
We'll go with running back here. We'll go with one of the squirts.
Yeah.
All right, 7th round.
Who's the quarterbacks? We haven't taken one yet.
We could go quarterback. Yeah, good call. Malik Cunningham. Not much else. I mean,
Stetson Bennett's gone?
Yeah, Stetson Bennett, I think, is gone.
He might not make it to the 7th round then.
Take a look. Oh, no, he's not.
Oh, here he is.
You want to take Stetson?
We'll take him last. He ain't going anywhere.
He's ranked 535.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll wait on the quarterback then.
2-time national champion. Sucks.
Bumper Pool.
I would love to get that one draft we did where we got Max Duggan. That'd be awesome. Tutto, grazie, paisano, grazie. He says, massive salutes to Baddog Talkin. Drop by your office, pair of proper respects. For all the dire Giants fans in America, please slap the stinky Boyd's losers.
What's going on, Tutto?
Tutto.
Everybody's saying Bumper Pool.
All right, let's take Bumper. Let's do it.
You can't go wrong with a guy named Bumper.
You really can't.
Bumper Pool is now a New York Giant.
Bumper Pool. And with the 240th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Giants select linebacker Bumper Pool, Arkansas.
Let's see. Let's see if we got another. Let's take a look at maybe a value linebacker this late. Not that it's value at this point.
Jeremy Banks.
Maybe a tight end. We could look at some of the Eagles picks, some punters here. We already took a running back. Took a safety. Why not?
Yeah.
And then 254. I don't know. You guys make the last pick. It's on you.
I see a Silky Legend saying Turk the punter.
You want to go with a punter? I mean, maybe we'll take a punter.
Yeah, a couple guys said Turk, actually.
All right. We'll go with Turk out of Oklahoma.
There you go.
So there you go. There's our picks. You got Forbes, you got Tippmann, you got Mingo. That's a pretty good top three. I'd be happy with that if we end up with that top three.
That's not bad at all.
And then we got Dorian Williams. We got a good depth lineman there in Voorhees. Garrett Williams is a really good draft. Garrett Williams. Yeah, I'd be really happy with this draft. I don't even need to look at the rest. But if you ended up with Forbes, Tippmann, Mingo, Dorian Williams, and Voorhees and Garrett Williams, yeah, that's a good night. We're gonna have a couple of beers. We're gonna celebrate. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to run out and get some bursts tomorrow. Probably my shit.
I think it just cemented that I want to go corner in the first round.
Yeah, I think you have to because, like we talked about yesterday, the drop off.
Yeah,
it's so big from the cornerback position. You guys want to do one more? Probably got time for one more if you want to do it.
Yeah, let's do it. We could do one more. Let's go back. Let's do it. All right, we're gonna go 7. I listen. If a really good wide receiver is there, I'm all for it. But ideally, I'm rooting for one of those good corners to drop to us.
Right.
All right, let's do it. Maybe somebody different will be available this time around.
We ain't trading with you, Dallas. Eat shit.
All right.
Must be somebody Dallas needs. Maybe JSN fell. Bijan Robinson fell all the way.
I could see it. Running backs drop.
Wow, look at that, though. There's nothing there this time.
Yeah. Breesy always falls to us. Meyer always falls. In this spot, can't see Meyer, Flowers again.
There's no corners.
But it'll probably Forbes is still there.
Oh,
he's ranked lower by them. Could go with Schmitz this time around in the first, even though it's a little bit of a reach. Let's let the chat decide what we want to do here with this pick. Take Bijan.
I see one guy. Yeah, they're all saying take Bijan. I wouldn't take him unless they're trading Saquon Barkley. I'm not taking Bijan Robinson.
Do you guys want to see me flip out doing a mock draft? Because I'll do it. You'll see my draft reaction if we take Bijan Robinson in the first.
Yeah, it's not going to be.
Can't see. You want Bumper? Bumper's a good pick here, actually. It's a little early. We got Flowers. We got Schmitz.
Cam Smith is there. Forbes is there.
All right.
Let's
do Schmitz. Let's piss off everybody and let's go with John Michael Schmitz. Because I could see it. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it wouldn't shock me on draft night if we went that way.
Good.
All right, let's go with the center in the first. Let's see how it affects the rest of our picks. 57. We're on the clock.
Oh, they're trying to give us Mekhi Becton.
Drew Sanders. We already took our center. We don't got to worry about that. Let's go to wide receiver. Tillman's the best, at least according to their rankings. Let's go to corner. Yeah. No. For me, it's corner in the first round.
It has to be.
At least based off these mocks. You don't know who's going to fold you on draft.
Right. Just take Marvin Mims. It's something different this time.
You want to go Marvin Mims?
Yep.
Okay. I could see that.
They brought him in.
And next pick, you go Keyshawn. You could double up there. Evans, Kendre Miller, Kuntz. Let's go to all. Jordan Battle out of
That's
Alabama.
definitely a possibility there.
Could see us going safety here. We need a safety. Yeah. Let's see. What does the chat think?
I've seen. We didn't take a running back. I've seen Abeniconda a lot in the draft, but I don't think we take a running back in the third round. But we could do something completely different here and take him there.
I think I like Battle here because I think it's
makes sense.
Yeah, and Alabama traditionally produces really good safeties. We need
like I said, we've got Landon Collins, Xavier McKinney. We like our Alabama safeties.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, next up, pick number 128. What do we got so far? I forgot. I know we took
a center, a wide receiver, and a safety.
So we didn't get a corner then.
No, well, there's one sitting right there in the face.
Yeah, let's take a look. Our corners. Ugh.
Corner's the first. We didn't even have a corner. Well, no, Forbes was there. Corner's going to be our first pick. Just like the way these mocks have went and how far down you fall.
It has to be, right?
I got to imagine it's going to be corner in that first round.
What does the chat want to do here? What does the chat want to do here?
I see. Benny Conda's probably gone. Deuce Vaughn, Jermaine, we can get him later in the draft. We took him in our first mock. I love Deuce Vaughn myself late in the draft.
Hodges Tomlinson, he's small.
That linebacker, Utah linebacker there. I don't know how to say his last name. Diabate. He's pretty good. Mahmoud Diabate.
You guys want Martin or Moss? Martin is more of a slot guy, I think, right? All right, let's go with it. Let's go with it. Yeah, I'm not bad though. We have to go corner in the first.
Yeah, we do.
I'm all aboard the corner train.
I agree. Tutto grazie, grazie. He says, Kev, Chris, never about who or which player you sign or draft. It's about how the coaches train and utilize the players to fit the scheme and win the championship. And you're right, Tutto. That's really what a lot of these players, we're just picking like, positional need, the best player available, but they're going to pick the guys that are going to fit their scheme.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at some of the running backs here. Tajay Spears, I really like.
Kenny McIntosh keeps falling. I don't know.
Yeah, he does keep falling. Let's see. Those are the two best overall too. I think it would be Spears here because they've shown a lot of interest in him, and I like him.
Right, well, we haven't taken him, so
let's go with him. I like him. Let's go with him. All right, pick 172. Jared Patterson, even though we took a center. Wow, that's pretty good value for him. Out of Notre Dame. Dorian Williams.
Yeah.
Could see that.
I know guys like Riley Moss.
Put Moss done. Could use another corner for sure.
Yep.
All right. Next up, pick number 209. Still available. But we're not going to take another center.
No.
Do the chat ones.
See Patterson.
Double dip.
Bradford, Moss.
Brad,
You like Anthony Bradford?
I like Bradford, so we're taking him. Let's do it. All right, 240. All right, best available player here. You got Jalen Redmond out of Oklahoma. You're an Oklahoma fan. What do you think of him?
Our defense isn't good. Oklahoma's defense is never known for anything.
I know that.
Kenneth Murray is the last time I think I got really excited about it. Maybe the only time I ever got excited about an Oklahoma defensive player.
Bumper Pool's still there, man.
Yeah, maybe we take Bumper here again. They love Bumper.
You want to take Turk again? You want to take a punter again? Let's see. Yeah. Patterson. Is Patterson still available? I mean, I don't think we would take him because we took a center in the first, but no, he's not available anymore. Forsythe is.
Brownlee's not awful there.
Who?
Jason Brownlee.
Okay.
Is he big? Maybe I'm thinking of a different guy, but I thought he was
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see us go. I mean, at this point, whatever.
Yeah, take him.
All right. 243.
Bumper still there.
Bumper is still there. Could have won him in the first, and he's still available, man.
Right.
Crazy.
Safety already.
The Silky Legend loves his punters, man. He keeps saying Turk.
Yeah. We're probably gonna need one. I mean, Jamie Gillen blows.
Yeah. You guys looking at first round cornerbacks, but I think Moss and Corey Trice in the mid rounds are better scheme fits for the Giants than is Forbes or Smith. Hey, we'll see what they do. We're going to find out tomorrow what they feel.
We will.
I like Forsythe this late. I agree with that. I saw a lot of people saying that. So
I'll take him.
He's got interior versatility. I don't know if he's still available. Let's see.
Yes, he's 239.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Boom. 254.
Do we take our backup quarterback yet?
We did not. We also didn't take Bumper, though.
No. Well, we took Bumper in another one.
We didn't take Bennett, right? You want to go with
Bennett? Yeah, take Bennett. That's my hot take. Just take him.
There you go.
There it is.
So John Michael Schmitz, Marvin Mims. It's not like atrocious. You got a good safety.
It's different. I mean, we just going through a bunch of different scenarios. And remember, guys, we're going to do this again tomorrow. But we're going to be live on Chris's channel at noon to 2, and we'll do more of these. So if you got, if we didn't pick your guys this time, we can do them. We can do them tomorrow. We'll do a lot of this tomorrow.
Yeah,
unless something like this or some big news that leaks or something that we hear about. But
it's not awful. I mean, out of the scenarios, the one I liked the best was definitely
the last one was really good.
But yeah, the corner. Well, we went corner in the first. That's my thought process at least. But that's how it broke down, guys. That's how it broke down. But yeah, Bad Dog. So that was fun, man. We got a couple of mocks in.
Yeah. Well, and of course we'll do the traditional Eagles mock tomorrow as well.
Yeah, Eagles, man. I'm gonna look at a couple of names. I'm gonna start checking up. But by the way, I'm gonna show you guys a picture of Bumper Pool. You tell me what you think about him as a prospect. This guy, he looks like he would be named Bumper. He really does. This is Bumper Pool here. Let me share it with you, Bad Dog. Hold on. Where is he? Here he is. There's good old Bumper.
Oh yeah,
he looks like a Bumper, doesn't he?
He does. He does.
That's Bumper Pool, guys. So draft night, round 7. I'm gonna have my eye on good old Bumper at our.
James Vegas says we should do a Cowboys one too. Maybe we will.
We might mess around and do a Cowboys one.
Maybe we will. Absolutely. Well, we're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow, guys, girls. We're gonna get out of here. I gotta get something to eat. I gotta stream the Lakers really quick. Chris is gonna watch the Knicks, and then Chris will be live later tonight. At least something like 10:30.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the guy that I did my draft preview videos with. I said, come on tonight. We'll do the we'll do a couple of mocks together. Talk about the draft the night before. Maybe have a couple of you guys call in. So yeah, looking forward to that. We'll do like a midnight mock, and then yeah, Bad Dog, we'll be live tomorrow during the day, a little lunchtime stream. Maybe I'll be eating a sandwich, and then
a sandwich.
And then we'll be getting ready for the draft tomorrow night, man. I can't wait.
Get a good night's sleep, guys, girls. Tomorrow's a big day.
Half hour, the Knicks are playing. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Knock out the Cavs. Let's go.
Yeah, easy money for the Knicks tonight.
You think so? Well, I hate to be negative, and I do think we're closing out the series, but I think the Cavs win tonight. I think the Knicks win back at home game 6.
Maybe.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully the Knicks close it out tonight.
I think they can. Knicks are way better than Cleveland. So
yeah.
Well, anyway, Chris, as always, thanks for coming on the channel. Appreciate it. You guys and girls are great as always. Like I said, get a good night's sleep, rest up. Gigantic day tomorrow. We'll be live twice. We'll be live on Chris's channel at noon. So, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you go down there, subscribe to him. And then, of course, we'll be live on my channel for the draft. And then we'll continue to do what we do. Friday, again, there'll be a show. We're going to cover days 2 and 3 of the draft as well. Both of those days will be on Chris's channel. So, one last time, if you haven't done so, like and subscribe. And Chris, anything you want to say, my friend?
No, man. I'm just excited, man. Gotten to hang out with you the last 3 days. Looking forward to day number 4. Tomorrow's the big day. Tomorrow's the first round. Can't wait. Talk about it with all you guys. Appreciate all you guys for always coming to the stream, hanging out with us, supporting the channels. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting time because tomorrow we're going to find out who's going to be a core piece of this team going forward when we win our next Super Bowl. So I can't wait to see what we get at 25. I think doing these mocks and looking at it more and more.
Corner.
I'm gonna want corner on draft night, but we'll see what we do. That's gonna be fun, and we'll see how it affects the rest of the draft. But thank you guys for being here. Bad Dog, thank you for having me on, and close it out. Good luck to the
Lakers. Go, baby. All right, we'll see you guys and girls tomorrow for the Entertaining Talking Sports. The Bad Dick Dizzle. We gone. Peace.